Welcome to another very exciting 5-minute auto pairing. Now better. I mean, that's becoming a frequent opponent of mine. Now better. I must have played this person 3 or 4 times at least in the last few weeks. So we got a mainline-ish Caro-Kann type position. And I think c5 is Nxe4 Bf5. So I have to be concerned now about this b-file attack. I can't think on the king side. Going on there, c5, Nxe4, is that the end of the story? It looks like that would be the end of the story. So what do I need to do? Okay, I'll try this. I'm giving immediately the d5 square. I think I mistimed this to allow that b5. It's too strong to let that position. I remember that Anand game we covered with c5 from Anand. If that's not possible, then this looks like brilliant timing of b5. It's just getting a d5 square and the b file. It's going to be very nasty. I don't want to take on c6, it's going to amplify pressure. Can I defend this position? Is knight e5 any good? Knight e5 here. Maybe rook d2 coming up. Rook d2 I guess would be useful at some point, like here, because knight c3 and queen b2. So protecting b2 is looking precarious. Knight d7 is, I suppose, threatened. Winning the exchange. Anything clever? That's b8. Knight c4. Maybe rook c1 or knight e4. Rook c1, I'm not sure what that's doing. Knight c4, I'm not sure what that's doing either. Knight f7, it's a bit dangerous. Maybe in conjunction with rook e1, queen g6, interesting. So rook e1 is interesting. Knight f7, queen g6, queen e6. I don't think I'm in a position for that attack. The rook's got to defend b file. Probably. Oh. Okay. If rook e2, there's knight f4. Maybe rook c2 then. Trying to stay in the game. It's getting a bit nasty. On e1 now. And d1 and d4, so I've got to do something about that. Can I evict these pieces or am I doomed? I've got knight c6 if I can survive. There's knight c6 now. c5, knight c6. So rook d4, knight d4. Or just, yeah, taking the queen. So I'm threatening knight c6. Okay, not here because of b2. What about b3? Trying to evict that. Knight. And then knight c6. Is this too greedy? There's always this diagonal. There's always rook d4 and bishop f6. What about knight e4 first? Okay, f4. Trying to hold the diagonal. Is this convincing? Knight e4 after? Can I use the c5 square? The square in front, instead of trying to take the pawn, the square in front of the pawn. So knight e4 coming up. If taking it, that will give me the d6 square as well. 96, Nxe4, Nd5, maybe G3. I've got the option of Nf6. So Nd5 G3. What do I want to do positioning after G3? Maybe Queen C4 and get the queens off and long-term target C6. It's good nothing bad has happened to my king so far. Knight d5 G3. The knight will be threatening knight b4 if the queen moves. Let's take like this. Gives me knight d6 to play with. This is an exchange sack. Would I be worried? Might be a reasonable one. Knight d6. Is it worth doing that? Right now, knight e8. King b2. These checks like knight e4. Queen. Well, that does queen c3. Just trying to get the queens off, basically, because that c pawn is a target. I can't believe the A file's that important here. Oh, hang on. Why did I just drop D4? Was there a reason for that? Muppets. I just dropped D4. Oh, man. There's a check on knight F7. This is getting hairy because knight C3 is going to be dangerous. Ah, man. I have to defend the base with rook c2 here. We'll go on the attack. Check on knight f7 threatens mate. There's a check on knight c3. Oh, I can go for the attack to start off with. Threatening mate. That pawn, rook h8. Check king b2. There's no check immediately. g6. What do I do about g6? Start panicking. Panic. No. Yeah. A move. I need a move. It doesn't matter about the double pawns here. My king, I think, is more important. There's always knight d8 if needed. So rook c2, knight c3, king b2. Rook d1 threatening mate. Oh, this is too tricky. Can I just do this knight d8 and hope for the best? Maybe this check is king c2. Okay. Or sack the exchange or something. So knight c3. I have to sack the exchange. Oh, there's a check there. Does that help? King b1. Knight c3, king c1. Knight. Rook a2. Okay, I have to try and get the king moving. I think.
Check.
It's knight e6.
Check.
There's rook c3 here.
Check. Check.
Okay, that's good news. Okay. That friendly knight g6. It's a bit of a dramatic game there. Yeah, resigns. So dramatic game, a bit of drama there. My king was getting mated. That pawn on h5 was actually quite useful later. I timed this wrong, didn't I? b5 is strong. The engine mentions b5. This can't be possible with knight c5. There's got to be an option of c5. So here, let's imagine this. Again, c4 is not possible. It's just wrong if b5 is available. I think this is just wrong. If b5 is available to c4, it's just terrible. b5 strong. Getting the d5 square, getting pressure. So black's already a little bit better. I feel the pressure. Oh, what's this? Knight d7 was possible. Taking the exchange. And if knight takes c3? Oh my word. It's a mate in 2. There's time for this. Check. King takes queen h8. Because otherwise I'm getting mated on b2. Unbelievable. So knight takes. What would be the best move for black? Rook takes, and then I defend like this. Interesting. So carried on, black being better. Can I? Yeah. Now white indicates white's a bit better. I wonder that valuation shift. What should have black done? Bishop f4, knight takes. Bishop f6. Yeah, this looks good without f4 being available because of that knight. So this does look better for black. So the way I played it, it seems to give me back something. The pressure is seemingly reduced. White's okay. I thought white was okay. Oh right, king b2 is. What about knight a4?
Check.
King c. What an engine idea to just get the king here. What a fantastic idea. Safer. Instead, so. Okay, I took here. Okay, so this wasn't good, was it? Oh, it's mentioned. It's mentioned as a better move. Okay. Knight b5. It's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. I was just looking at the symbols. Rook c6. I had 2 minutes there. Knight b5. Winning the exchange. But I think it might still be tricky with this knight coming to c3, surely. No? No danger here? Like with this? Oh, rook a7. Look at this stuff. Wow. And there's, I guess this. For trying to mate on h8. Incredible.
Check.
So this should have been equal. Apparently knight d8 was mentioned. Equal. Knight e6 was mentioned there now.
Check.
King c1. Knight hg. I played this.
Check.
Now king d. Oh, so that was a blunder. G takes instead. Was that a small mistake then?
Check. Check.
Rook c3, bad blunder. My carnivorous
Check.
king comes to the rescue. It's knight for the best move. Yes, it is. It's threatening knight g6. Fork. Protects the d5 square. Nice little final move there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.